to learn who uses and who sells drugs in this country, it's very easy to find out. All you got to do is go to the Federal Household Survey. It's done every year, and that survey says that 72% of the people using and selling drugs in this country look just like me, a bunch of white guys. Only 13.5% of them are black folks. But now, who gets arrested? 37% of all the people arrested for drug violations in this country are black. And who goes to prison? In our state prisons, 60% of all the people there for drug violations are black. And in our federal prison system, it's 81% of the folks there for drug violations are black. They're only 13% of the problem. I mean, this is such blatant institutionalized racism. I don't know how anybody could doubt it.
Yep, and I agree with you. Hey, Jack, we're about to go take a quick commercial break. To all listeners, if you would like to speak to Mr. Cole, the number to call in to do so is 609-800-1003. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
To Fully Baked Radio, live on HamiltonRadio.net, Channel 2. You're now getting baked with NJ Weedman, Flip Marley, Lefty Grimes, Vanessa Maria, and Vanessa Marie. Did I get it right?
You said it right.
Why'd you touch me like I got it wrong? I'm sorry.
It was a friendly touch.
Vanessa Maria and me, Cannabis King. We have Jack Cole. He is the ex-New Jersey State Trooper and co-founder of LEAP. That's Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, a.k.a. LEAP. On the line, and we are talking about the war on drugs and the costs of these terrible policies on our communities. If you would like to join the conversation with Mr. Cole and us, please call us at 609-800-1003 or hit us up on Facebook or Twitter or fullybakedradio.com.
Yes. Hey, Jack, earlier on the show we had Solomon Siegel and Dana Beal call in. They were part of the New York Cannabis Parade that'll be happening this weekend.
That's right.
I know Leap is going to be.
I'm going to be there, and
yep.
I'll be after the parade. We're having a rally. We're going to be marching from down Broadway from 32nd Street all the way down to 14th Street, where we'll end it at Union Square. And we're going to have a rally there with several speakers, and I'll be one of the speakers. We're trying to get a contingent of LEAP supporters to march in that parade. Anybody that's willing to come out and march with us, we give them one of our LEAP T-shirts to march in, and one of our LEAP badges, or these lapel pins that we have. And we're going to try to get at least 60 people out there behind our banner. We have a big, long banner that goes across the street, says, "Stop the Drug War," that'll be in the front of us, and then people in the back row will be carrying a banner that says Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, has the big gold badge on each side of it.
Now, how can people get these free T-shirts that you'll be giving out at the parade? Where can they sign up?
All they got to do is show up at. Let me find the location here for you.
I believe they said it's 32nd Broadway.
We're going to form up at 32nd Street, just north of 32nd Street, and on the east side of Broadway at a restaurant there called Martinique Cafe. This is right across the street from Greeley Square Park, and we're going to form up there at 11:30. The march kicks off at 12:30, and I understand they've got at least 40 organizations. We'd really like LEAP to show some strength there, and we're also going to have 10 of our marchers will have clipboards where they can sign up people for our newsletter. All they got to do is write down their name, their email, and their zip code, and they're signed up for a newsletter. And we, instead of asking them for money, we give them one of our LEAP badges to wear. I think it'll be a great day, a really wonderful thing. It's the first one of these that we've really taken part in. It's a Stop the Drug War and the Million Marijuana March Parade.
Definitely.
Right down Broadway in New York City. You can't get much better than that. So
definitely
we'll make a lot of waves here and do a lot of good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking for you in the news.
Are you aware that there's some other speakers there? Giovanni Williams, the city councilor, New York City Council member, will be speaking there, and some other folks will also be speaking at the rally.
Definitely.
But Giovanni Williams is a terrific person.
Yep. So anybody out there that's listening, if you'd like to meet up with Mr. Cole and the LEAP organization in New York this weekend, once again, it'll be at 32nd and Broadway. I'm sure there's going to be a huge crowd. Like Mr. Cole said, there will be a LEAP banner out and hopefully a strong force of LEAP continuance.
Yeah, my name's Jack, by the way.
I know. I'm so used to calling you Mr. Cole.
Let me give him my email and my cell phone number. The email is Jack A. Cole, one word, JACKACOLE at leap.cc. That's LEAP and the dot and then CC, not com, CC. They can get a hold of me there, and we'll have a T-shirt there that'll fit them if they tell me what their T-shirts are. Also, my cell phone, if they want to get me on the last minute type stuff, it's 617-792-3877.
Mind repeating that once more?
Answer any questions that anybody has to.
Mind repeating the number?
Not just about the march, but about drug policy.
Okay. Mind repeating that number one more time? There's a lot of people that smoke a lot of weed.
617-792-3877.
Cool. Mr. Jack,
Yes.
I've been a big fan of yours, as you know. I've been following you for years. As we in New Jersey know that there's been a new organization that was formed, NJUMR. We seen that LEAP was part of their board. Is there any insight you can give to us here in New Jersey about the future plans of LEAP and NJUMR within New Jersey?
Well, LEAP backs any kind of legislation that we think will reduce death, disease, crime, or addiction. So we refer to them as incremental steps because, of course, if we get what we want, if we end drug prohibition, legalize and regulate all drugs, it automatically takes care of all these incremental steps that we're doing. But still, we can't wait until that happens, that we legalize all drugs, because if we can just get marijuana legalized, that means that we won't have to arrest about 800,000 people per year for marijuana law violations. And what a wonderful thing that would be, how that would help our young people especially. So we will do anything we can to legalize the marijuana. We're trying also in New Jersey to get something started in the way of safe, supervised injection sites for hard drugs, and that they already have 70 of those in the world. I think the only one in the Western Hemisphere right now is in Vancouver, British Columbia, a place called Insight. And they started it probably about 15 years ago. Yeah. They've had what happens in in a safe supervised injection site is people bring the drugs in that they buy, the illegal drugs they buy on the street. They bring it into this safe supervised injection site, which is clean, which has medical supervision, and they're allowed to
inject
that
themselves
drug there. And the whole idea is to save their lives. Now, in Insight, in the last 10 years, they've had over 360 overdoses because nobody knows, how much of that drug is, how much of that powder is the drug and how much is the cutting agent, or if that cutting agent is fentanyl, particularly.
Talking heroin, right?
Drug. But they've had 360 overdoses, but they have not had a single death, not one. So they've saved at least that many lives there in 10 years.
Yeah, it's been working out in Portugal.
That's what we're all about. We're about saving lives. And you can also talk about this, when you're just talking about legalizing marijuana, you're talking about saving lives. Think of all the lives that can be saved by or helped by people using marijuana medically. And once marijuana is legal, we can actually study it. And I would guarantee you that once we study it, we're going to find many, many more illnesses that marijuana will help us
finding
with.
them now.
Heck yeah. Can you do us a favor? Can you put in a good word for us for the East Coast Cannabis Coalition at your next NJUMR meeting? Tell them we've been doing really good work in Trenton and state of New Jersey with outreach and public education. We wanted to try to collaborate with them. They gave us the big pushback. They said they didn't want anything to do with our rallies or protests. And, we feel like we have a really large base of supporters right now from all the grassroots organizing that we've been doing over the last couple of years. And we really want to share resources and collaborate. We support what they support, which is, a change in marijuana laws. And I think the only way that we're going to be successful in this movement is if we unite and we collaborate and we're all walk together in the same direction. So do us a favor, shout us out and tell them that we're good people and we do a little crazy things sometimes with our smoke outs, and we understand if they don't want to participate, but we do a lot of other events that aren't involved in that, and we really want our people to follow them and support their campaign as well.
It's all about networking. It's all about bringing all the groups together. Unless we do that, we're not going to win this thing. We've got to get everybody working in the same direction. And yes, I would certainly tell them that.
Hey, Jack, before you get out of here, can you let our listeners know how and where to reach out and possibly become members of LEAP?
Sure. They can go to our website. Website is leap.cc, or if you can't remember that, just go to copsaylegalize.org, and and you'll find us. If you just type LEAP into Google, we're always the first or second group to come up on Google. So once you go to our website, up in the upper right-hand corner, there's a thing that says Join. Click here, and it doesn't even cost you any money. We have membership by the year for $25 a year if you have that kind of money and you want to donate something to us. But if you don't, you can sign up anyway for nothing. We're much more interested in getting the numbers of people. We want to get a couple million people. We've got well over 150,000 now, police, judges, prosecutors, and supporters in 120 countries. We want to get a couple million people who say, finally, these cops, judges, and prosecutors are saying something that makes sense. And when we get that kind of numbers, when we get a huge grassroots organization, not just any grassroots organization, but a credible grassroots organization, we'll be able to go to Washington, D.C. and force the legislators to change these terrible laws.
No, definitely agree.
Well, thank you so much for joining our show and for sharing your knowledge with us and all of our listeners. And we hope to continue to work together and support each other's work. Again, if you want to check out Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, they'll be at the New York City Cannabis Parade this Saturday, or you can check them out online